So many things I could talk about today. This Nemo brand laptop that we unboxed, what, yesterday or I don't know, the day before. I never got around to telling you why we wanted to order it. I've got my audio confirmation and checking for SpeakerBot confirmation. Come on.
DougBot said I'm working
there you
here.
go. That's good. All right. So here is my client's current laptop. Dell. It's a, let's see, I guess turn that way for you. And I'll give the service tag number if somebody wants to go look it up. Well, let's try giving it to you this way. I told you about my scissor arm for the camera. So let's see how that works. And I told you that I was going to mount it to this bracket here, but when I tried that, pulling it down just causes the monitor to point down. So it's actually clamped on the back of the desk. So here we go to keyboard camera. And then let's see how well I can do this. Bring up the Longitude, take that camera. Let's go a little bit closer, shall we? Yeah, I know I could read it. I could just read the number to you. But I'm learning how to do my stuff. That's as far as the digital zoom goes. And then I gotta go to image adjustments and focus. There you go. The middle number where it says ST, that's for service tag. C0, not O, C0M GQM3. So if anybody wants to go look that up, go ahead and see what this computer is. I highly doubt that it is Windows 11 capable. And we didn't even question that. It's just, oh, you know what? I'm not done with this camera. Got to show you why he contacted me in a little bit of a panic. Says, I need a new laptop now. So there's one hinge. That looks a little cattywampus, doesn't it? But then here's the other hinge. Totally Brokensville. And here's what happens when you open it. Now, funny thing is, it sounds like chiropractic pops, right? Well, this client is a chiropractor. So how about that? And this is all that he noticed. He said the screen's coming open. This is one of those laptop designs where when you're opening it, the whole weight of the laptop, such as it is on this thing. And so when you open it, this pries up or lifts up the base of the computer. I gotta stop holding this camera. Okay, there. When you open this, this part raises the bottom up off the desk. And I think it just caused all kinds of weird pressures on the, whatchamacallit, hinge. Really? He couldn't think of the word hinge? It's Inspiron. Here's a Inspiron 3000 right there. Yeah, all right. I'll get better at using this camera. Inspiron 15-inch. Model number 3000, I suppose. I got so many other things we could talk about. Turns out he's not in a hurry to get it back because he doesn't use this laptop very often. He's a chiropractor, but he uses this laptop for leading the music in his church and uses PowerPoint for that. Yesterday, I made the comment that these inexpensive laptops will run circles around an old laptop or an old computer for that matter. Somebody, I don't recall who, gave some benchmark test results. That, in my opinion, totally irrelevant. Does not make all that much difference. The benchmark tests aren't really indicative of the user's experience with the computer. So Tim likes my shirt. This shirt was, this was a one-off shirt. I just ordered this through Amazon. This is what I was thinking of naming the channel, this YouTube channel, Computer Age Training instead of Live Windows Training. And the acronym for that would be CAT for cat. And so that's why that's an emblem of a cat. Wasn't all that impressed with it. Let's get to read chat. It's not an old bowling shirt. Yeah, figures that would be Ken Stout. It is Windows 11 capable. So that old laptop is Windows 11 capable. Yeah, but it's busted. Yeah, maybe I'll look into repairing it later, but a $300 replacement laptop, I think he's going to be completely happy with it. The image on the shirt is cattywampus, right? Oh, look at that. I get to test my new button. So the way I do this is at BRI, instead of doing a copy, when I was doing the triple click, copy, then paste, just do that. And then press the button. You got a chuckle out of me. So I press that button and it automatically puts in all the other stuff. I don't have to go into my clipboard history and pull that out. He's like me with the camera. All right, Josh is making fun of me with the camera, saying I messed up with the camera. Somebody had a question up here with addressing, so let's see, hello, Tim. Have you ever skydived? Like, that is not for me. I have not done that, but if I had the money to do it when I was in better physical health, I would have done it, absolutely. I have done hang gliding. So hang gliding, you hang under a kite. I have done that. And wish I had the opportunity to do more with that. Now, these days, there were people older than I am now that were doing it back when I was doing it, and they were fine with it. But with my headaches and my neck condition, no, I can't do it. Hello, Marsman. Trader was Doug's weekend sporting activity. There's a link in the description for those of you who want to go see that. That's pretty exciting. My notion of that is when you're first watching this camera of the first person who took off, but you don't realize that you're about to take off. Spoiler alert. Doug, you're supposed to say spoiler alert before you spoil. Those were the hills overlooking Fresno. Yeah, that's right. Now, if you click on if you go to that trailer, there should be a link in the trailer itself that'll take you to the original video clip, and that'll give you information about where that was actually, where that video actually was, and the channel that it was actually from. Hello, Parker Morse. The hills removed. Why did the toilet roll go down the hill to get to the bottom? I saw that joke in there yesterday. I don't know if that qualifies as a chuckle. I did chuckle. It was less of a chuckle because I had already read it. So if I do Martin, I'll give you the chuckle. Then, and I'm looking over on OBS to confirm that DougBot actually awarded. Now, see that DougBot is doing the points awarding now. The Marsman, I just noticed my Windows 10 version no longer is 22H2. Now it is 2009. 2009 means that it's from the year 2020, the 9th month. And that's what we now know as H2, or think of as H2. 2003, I think, was for March of 2020. How did that happen? Did you reinstall Windows from installation media, or did you restore the factory image, do a factory restore? Those are the methods that I can think of that would take you back to 2009. Windows Update's not going to do that. Curious to hear more about that. Hello, Mike, Parker, Ken Stout, looking for things worth speaking about. Audio that's working. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Audio's better. It's way better. Baby girl. Can't put anything past us. The autofocus for the webcams is just, it's bunk. I don't like it. So I don't do that. If I do autofocus for the webcam on a laptop and I got my hands going over it, then you're going to see the camera refocus on my hand. When my hand moves away, it's going to refocus on the laptop, and you got to have pretty expensive camera and a good lens to do instantaneous focusing, as far as I know. Asking for a friend, does the cattywampus hinge affect the operation of Windows? No, Windows will still work fine. Brian Lightfoot, long dog, maybe use that design to elevate the keyboard a little bit to fight carpal tunnel symbol. There's other ways to elevate a keyboard. If I'm reading the Dell support, it's a 10th gen i5. Looks like it would run Windows 11. Well, could be. Oh, it jumped on me. Stop that, silly goose. I'm scanning. David Couch got a day off. Wonderful. Hope you enjoy it. Martin, you could load Zorin 17.3 in that old laptop just to play with and test it. Why? I have so much on my to-do list. I don't have time to just play with something if there's no mission or no purpose to it. If it intrigues me, yeah. If it intrigues you, no. If it intrigues you, I mean, no, I'm not going to do it because it intrigues you. I'm not interested in Zorin at all. It just cannot work in a business office. So why would I bother? I'm not putting down people who want to. Fine. If a person wants to do that, hey, go for it. Knock yourself out. I have no interest. Who is the expert for HP recovery USB setup? David, if you have a question, just ask the question. It doesn't matter who is more of an expert. Just if you have a question, ask the question. Joke book. You never let me fall down out of the sky. Why fall from a perfectly functional sky? Why jump out of a perfectly functional sky? Right? John, I restored an Asus Wi-Fi motherboard, installed Windows 10. It said 2009, but when it came to install Windows 11, it upgraded all the way to 24H2. Cool. Was it John that was saying? No, I don't think it was John that said 2009 up here. That's somebody else putting in their comment about 2009. Yeah, that was Marsman. Yeah, if you restore to the manufacturer's restore point, you might be getting an old version. Yeah, I'm not going there. Please. I got better things to spend time on today. Never did a restore and recovery nor a backup. Okay. Are you going to explain anything about what happened when it went to 2009? How far you ever fly from Fresno? The furthest I ever flew was Las Vegas. I was not interested in long distance flying. So boring. Oh my gosh. No, not interested in that. Okay, let me get on to some things. No, let's not do that. There's some people that have sent some messages through that are not really judged right now as interesting topics. Let's see. Rand Israel says must be some sort of glitch about the 2009. I don't think so. That version was named 20H2. I don't think it was. I don't think they started the H1 and H2 until what? 2021 or 2022? Because I remember 2009. I think it was called 2009. Are you certain about that, Rand? Yeah, because they changed the naming scheme. It used to like a 1903, 1909, 2003, 2009, 1803, 1809. They were using year and then March or September for the month in the early days of Windows 10, right? Yeah, 10. All right, so Martin Hogg has sent an email and sort of addresses to me and
Read chat,
Carrie.
please. Read chat, please.
I'm okay. I'm going to come back to those later because those are all on that 2009 whatever. I'm going to hit this topic and I'll come back to that because we've been on that for a little while. Martin Hogg says, I appreciate that this word has negative connotation with both Carrie and yourself. However, and I disagree with that. It's not a negative connotation, not at all. It has its purposes. What has its purposes? You haven't said the word yet. However, I have an old laptop that I've now installed Linux Zorin 17.3 on for some tools, such as occasionally I have a USB drive that Windows will not recognize, including disk manager, disk part, list disk, hence unusable. However, Linux disk tools can see the drive and can format it so it can be used again. I thought I would share. And I think, Martin, you mentioned that about it was a flash drive that was happening. But I want to correct you on I think 2 points here. The word Linux is not a problem for Carrie or I, and I can speak on Carrie's behalf on this because he's made this clear. We have absolutely no problem with Linux for people who want and can make use of Linux. It is not practical in an office environment. Carrie and I both serve office environments. That's where our bread and butter comes from. We cannot make money providing Linux support to business offices. They don't have Linux, at least not nearly enough to ever make a living off of it. So it's pointless. And then the other thing, and Carrie's had this a lot, where somebody in chat will say, why don't you just install Linux on it? Because I don't have a reason to want to. I don't have a use for it. If it doesn't take Windows 11, then it is not useful in the business environment. It is not useful to a technician who is supporting Windows computers in the business environment. But for a person who wants to use it for their own purposes, absolutely fine. Knock yourself out. So there was another correction I wanted to make on here, or something I wanted to say. Linux disk tools, I don't remember what it was. So yeah, just that little correction here, because a lot of times people take my comments out of context and Carrie's comments out of context, and then I hear them describe or paraphrase what they think we said to somebody else. I see this on the Ken Stout Live show all the time. They say this or that about Doug. No, I just don't even bother trying to correct anymore. It's just so old. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that was a flash drive. I responded to Martin with an email asking, have you tried that flash drive on multiple different Windows computers and still unable to access it with any of those methods? And he responded saying, yes, he has tried it on multiple different computers. So I'm very curious about why he was unable to see that flash drive on a Windows computer. I'm going to go back and look at that closer. For some, I have a USB drive. I'm assuming that's a flash drive rather than an external hard drive that Windows will not recognize. Disk Manager won't see it. Disk part list disk won't see it. It just does not see it. It's not that you can't select it, it's that you don't see it. Hence unusable. That's okay. Oh, here's one thought that I had. Now this means I'm gonna use a word that Carrie doesn't like to hear in a positive sense. If you really wanted to revive that flash drive, not recover data from it, not trying to recover data from it. Carrie, if you just for some reason want to make that flash drive useful again, I would try uh-oh, I'm forgetting the name of it. Steve Gibson's program, SpinRite. Because there could be whatever portion at the beginning of a drive that identifies the drive to the computer, if that portion has a problem, then SpinRite can fix that portion and take that data, because that is
Read chat, please.
formatting is data. All the ones and zeros on a drive is data. In SpinRite's view, can fix that. Okay, so now I have finished with that. So I'm going to go catch up with the read chat messages. That last read chat, it may not see it if there's no programs or software on it. Not true. Those you can see a drive without having any programs or software on it. So no, absolutely disagree with that. Then prior read chat, please, because I think there's a couple I've scrolled to the bottom of the page. I think that has to do with the Windows version and John Williams read chat. Windows 10 used to be called 22H2, still is. Windows 10 is still 22H2. You cannot upgrade Windows 10 beyond 22H2. So it is called 22H2. Used to be, that's not the right phrase. Now let's go see what Rand says here. Windows 10 release information. Scroll to the bottom. Um, 21H2, 20H2, end of servicing 2004. Oh, that was right there. So April of 2020, they were still using that designation. Then it was September that they switched over to 20H2. So yeah, very good. I stand corrected.
Read chat, please.
But I am right that back in history, it was using these numbering schemes. And John Williams says Windows 10 is now called 2009. Can you give me some substantiation for that? I can't just take your word for that. I need some substantiation for that. Where do you get that from? Why are you saying that? Maybe why would that ever be true? I can't imagine. I need David Couch. Here's what my machine reports. So he's on a Windows 10 apparently. Let's see. I'll go ask my new favorite bot. Is Windows 10 now called 2008 instead of 22H2? Okay, so you saw it change the numbers instead of the red form. Is that what you said? No, 2009, not 8. Is it now called 2009 instead of 22H2? No, that doesn't confirm here. 2009, other 20H2, released in the second half. 09H2 points to the release in the second half of the year. While you might be seeing 2009, is anybody giving substantiation to that? Has there any link yet provided for that? Or send me an email with an attachment of a screenshot. Cosmetic display issue. It's possible that this is simply an incorrect labeling. Underlying operating system still 22H2. How about WinVer? If you do Windows
Read
key
chat, please.
R and then type WinVer, what does that say for you? David, edition Windows 10 Pro version 2009 installed on July 30th, 2020. Yeah, so that's That's the 2020 version. That is not what the current version of Windows 10 is. Ran Israel, I see it as well in settings about. And maybe there is a glitch going on right now. This version number refers to the year 2020 and the second half of the year. Yeah, that's what 2009 is. It's important to note that this is the internal version number while the public display is 20H2. WinVer, David says 22H2, but was David reporting that he sees 2009? I don't know if he's one that was reporting seeing 2009. Edition 10 Pro version 2009.
Read chat, please.
So David is seeing this, and WinVer reports 22H2. So it appears that there are a couple people in chat today, at least two, saying that they are seeing 2009 when they actually have current version of Windows 10. Interesting. I'll check that out try to check that out on some other computers today. Yeah, WinVer says 22H2 as it should, even though it is, let's see, Rand gave a description of where that says the other way. I'm going to come over here, channel activity, and yeah, Rand says, I see it as well in settings and about. Yeah, so go to settings and about and look for it there if you have a Windows 10 computer and see what you get.
Please.
It may have to do with the fact that it's the last version that I did a full upgrade to. All subsequent updates were using enablement packages. All right, maybe that, yeah, okay. If it was originally installed. Now, if that's the case, then I might see the same thing on Big Beast build because I didn't do a fresh install of 24H2 on Big Beast. So if I go to, let's see, settings and about, am I going to see the original installation information, even in Windows 11? Settings and about. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the same thing. How about control panel? And then is there a way to get to about here? Also might be in MS Info.
Read chat, please.
System.
Read chat, please.
Get to those in a moment. 28.3H2. Now let's try. Am I still on 23H2? Oh, I am. I'm still on 23H2. So that doesn't say it. Let's see if somebody's come up with an answer. System, settings, system, about. David sent me an email. In Windows 11 Wintermute. Settings, system, about, down here. Yeah, so this gave me to the same thing that I was just at. But now how about Baby Beast? Because Baby Beast is on 24H2, but did not start its life with 24H2. So there's 24H2 in WinVer. And then if I go settings and system, scroll all the way down, about. See if there's anything in here that says an older version as being the original installation. No. So
Read
Windows
chat,
specifications.
please.
Yeah, it's not going to be device specification. It's going to be Windows specification. Thank you, Tim. That doesn't really help this conversation. help with about. And how about MS Info? Doug, is this what you intended to go down this road? No. Is there anything here that shows the original version installed on this computer? See, these version numbers 10.26.100, is that 26.100, but 0.1. This is showing 26.100 there. Down here it shows 26.100.1 for the hardware abstraction layer, whatever that means, in as compared to this. Yeah, so I don't know. Do we know, for those who are reporting that they're seeing Windows 10 1009, is it, did it used to display differently at that location? Or is this just the first time you've noticed that? And
Read chat, please.
don't need that. No, that didn't clarify anything. Yeah, Tim, yeah, whatever version you're on a particular, if everybody were to tell me that, that just didn't move the needle forward at all. William Lynn's got a tech issue. Reveal the original Windows 10 installation date using system info command and command prompt. Yeah, you opened a can of worms, all right. Okay, so let's come up here to William. I have a tech issue, need
Read
someone's
chat,
help.
please.
I have a Surface laptop and unplugged the battery to replace the SSD. Then Dolby Atmos for speakers is gone. I tried uninstalling speakers and rebooting, nothing. Okay, let me absorb that a little bit. I have a Surface laptop, unplugged the battery to replace the SSD. So you replaced the SSD, how did you install Windows? Did you do a fresh install of Windows? If so, you're going to have to install the manufacturer's original drivers. Is your old SSD still functional? Can you put the old SSD back in the computer and export drivers and then swap out to your new SSD and then import drivers? Yeah, your Dolby Atmos for your speakers is probably going to be drivers from the manufacturers. Windows is not likely going to have the correct driver for that. I tried uninstalling speakers and rebooting, nothing. Yeah, you haven't told us, Sarah, how you installed Windows on it. And William Lynn, any more from William Lynn? Went back and used the MSI file from Microsoft Surface drivers page and it fixed the issue. Oh, come on, William. Seriously? Oh, it was a clone. All right. So he cloned to the new drive from the old drive. What I'm saying, seriously, you're saying you need someone's help, but you already have solved it? Really? Haha, what, you're laughing at us for going down that road and trying to find you an answer? Troll much? What can I do for troll? I mean, that feels like a troll. Should I take away some points from William, people? I mean, you could just told us a story about your successful fix. I don't know. Sounds like I should subtract some points. What is the best 24H2? Oh, what is the best 24H2 to install on 11 Pro? The one with the least problems. There's only one 24H2. I don't understand the question. I don't think there is a Linux 24H2. What is the best 24H2 to install on 11 Pro? That means Windows 11 Pro.
Chat, please.
The one with the least problems. There's only one 24H2. I don't get it. Tim thinks I should subtract points. William says, no, I didn't think about that until I remembered one of your videos. Didn't think about what? You certainly didn't do that between those two chat comments. You said you need help from somebody.
Read chat, please.
And then did you actually go through all that before you put in your next chat comment? I don't think so. I don't think so. John Williams says, read chat for what purpose? Oh, 2009, it was from a fresh install Windows 10 home. And Windows key, WinVer tells you are at 22H2, but from that about screen, you're seeing 2009 from a fresh install Windows 10 home. All right. Which edition? As opposed to, no, he said Pro though. He said 11 Pro. So he's saying he wants to do 24H2, Windows 11 Pro, and asking what is the best one to install. There's only one. I don't understand it. Bernard, you'll be bugging me all through the day if you don't explain that. Alice is 22H2, Windows 10. Yeah, but if you go to that about screen that they described earlier, you might see 2009. If you go to the screen where they're describing that they're seeing that. Late. Fired. No, we're not doing a show today. We did a show last week. We might be doing once a month on a regular basis. We might be doing every other week. That's not really ironed out yet. Several monthly updates to 24H2 that have screwed things. It's unavoidable in my opinion. But you cannot do a fresh install of April 24H2. If you're going to install 24H2, you've got to take whatever 24H2 is, whatever they have on their website perhaps, and then update it. I don't know if does Microsoft's installation media on their media creation tool, does it ever have cumulative updates wrapped up into it? My impression is that it starts at 24H2, and then every time you download that from media creation tool, it's always going to be whatever it started out as, and then you have to do cumulative updates beyond that. I might be wrong about that. I don't know. Wasn't there some previous problems they had to update? But that's not going to make any difference. What you might do is make your installation media off of whatever is on media creation tool now. And then you could find the KB number for April's cumulative update and install that manually instead of going through the sequential cumulative updates. There's whatever problems happened in the past with updates, that should not change the way you do a fresh install at all. Yeah, so I think Bernard, I think was thinking that you can select which cumulative update to install with your fresh install. I don't think you can. Isn't that the little train that couldn't, trying to go up the hill? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. He said Pro. He said he wanted Pro. He put that in his original question. 24H2 Home or Pro version. Who are you asking that question to? The original person asking the question, I think it was Bernard. He said he wanted Pro. I can't see this year. I don't know what you mean by that. Don't know what that means. One Highlander. Don't know what that means. I'm not going to try to figure it out. Just checked one of my virtual machines. Hasn't been updated for a while. It says 22H2 in the About page. Oh, okay. There's an answer. Because it's in the About page where some people are seeing 2009. And in WinVer, they're seeing 22H2, as far as I understand so far. But here in Israel, in a virtual machine, he's seeing, in the About page, he is seeing 22H2. So that sounds like some kind of display discrepancy that might be recent. All right. That's enough of that. KB number. Oh, Gary's giving me a link. In overtime,
Read chat,
he's giving
please.
me a link. As long as WinVer gives the correct, yeah, don't worry about it. It's just a display. It hasn't changed your version at all. Let it go. Let it go. And yet, I'm going to click on this link. Known issues and notifications. Okay, so Control F, 2009. I don't think Gary told me where to go to in this link. Gary knows that by now, that he needs to tell me where to go to in that link. Really? All right. Windows 11, 24H2 known issues and notifications. You think I want to read through all of the known issues? Tell me what to search for in this. All these issues. No, Gary, you got to do better with that, my friend. Just give me a couple words to search for that's unique. All right, I'm out of here. Too late. Too late. I'm late. Whatever. Have a great day, everybody. I will catch you later. Goodbye.
That's all, folks.
Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply more deeply VB, where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme.